Okay, get ready here all by myself. Me. Hi everybody! Welcome to Smokey Steve and Marc. I'm Marc, and Steve has the day off today. Well, he's not really off, he's working late, so he won't be home until later this evening. So you got me today. Kind of like, let's see, we'll do a Mondays with Marc, but Tuesday edition, right? So I got my first Halloween decoration. I think it's cute. I figure I could make one a little bit nicer than this, but it was only $1. It was at the dollar store, so give me some inspiration on making some. I have some wood, so I think I'm going to make these this year. They're kind of cool. But I just thought I'd share that with you. I'm super excited for Halloween. I really am. But anyway, I thought today we would chit-chat for a minute, and then I thought we would end outside. I'll update you on how the garden's doing, because last week we did some like fall preparation, fall planting, things like that, and everything is sprouted and everything. So I'd like to show you a couple things that I'm excited about out there. So we'll end outside. But first, we'll talk a little bit and, you know, get caught up and all that stuff. So, how is everybody doing? It's really nice to see you. I really hope you had a great, fantastic Labor Day weekend. I pretty much worked the whole weekend, but we had a nice weekend anyway. It was nice. My thoughts and prayers and positive energy goes out to anybody who's affected by the hurricane right now. Just terrible. It was on my mind, so I wanted to mention that. So, but yeah, I hope you had a great weekend, and I hope you have an exciting week planned for yourselves. I can't say that I have anything real exciting planned this week, except for one thing. Well, you know what? We'll talk about that later. Well, let me look at my notes and see where we're going to get Oh, you know what? But first, what I wanted, I'm in selfie, so I'm kind of like looking at everything. We usually don't film in selfie, but my goodness, my bosoms look so big in this. That's because I've been working out, right? It's all smoke and mirrors, really. We'll just say they look large. Anyway, before I forget, I wanted to say you have one more day to enter the Golden Girls Special Contest. Real easy to enter. It's an email contest. There's a great prize. You just email us at SmokeySteveAndMarc@yahoo.com with the answer to these two questions. What is Steven's favorite Golden Girls episode? And what is Marc's favorite Golden Girls episode? And hint, the answers are in the Golden Girls special video, and you know, one answer is kind of at the beginning of it, and one answer is kind of at the end of it if you want to fast forward and just find it. But you have one more day to get it in, tomorrow by 5 o'clock, because tomorrow night's video, we're going to draw the winner live. And the winner gets a digital gift basket, and it's super cool. It's like, I would want to win this, really, but I just got, you know, together some digital gift cards, and I put them together for the prize. There's like a $25 Uber card, a $10 Uber Eats card. You can combine the two, too. So you have a $35 card, Dunkin' Donuts gift card, Redbox movie codes, AMC movie theater gift certificates, and vouchers for free popcorn and free soda. I think I even threw a couple other smaller gift cards in there, like a $5 Starbucks card, Buffalo Wild Wings. But anyway, it's chock full of digital gift cards. So we're going to draw that winner tomorrow. So get your entries in. Email us with the answer to those, because you know what? We're a relatively small channel, and I mean, the odds are pretty good you're going to win. You know, I think we have 16 people that entered so far. So those are pretty good odds, you know. Oh man, I wish I could enter it. Well, we don't have official rules. I wonder if I could enter it. I do know the answers. No, I'm just kidding. I can't do that. Can I? No, I can't. I can't do that. Anyway, so yeah, I wanted to remind you about that. And I finally got all the postcards hung up back on the ties back there for our viewer challenge. Thank you so much. It's so just super cool to see where they're coming from. We have them from other countries now. And all over the country. It's really cool. And I got all the materials to make the backdrop. I'm going to put them all on a backdrop to put behind us, a little bit nicer than the way it is now. So definitely, if you want to represent your hometown, send us a postcard or a card or anything from where you live, and we'll show it on air, and then we'll hang it up in the backdrop back there. I don't know why we called it a viewer challenge. It's not really I guess it is a challenge if you have to go out and try to find a postcard, and then you have to write it out, then you got to take it back to the yeah, I guess it's kind of a challenge to do that. I mean, how many people actually like write these days, you know? I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, viewer challenge, and I guess that's it. Anyway, one exciting thing for me this week, my birthday is this week. It's this Friday, September 6th. And the reason why I mention it is because last week we kind of discussed a little bit about age shaming, and I brought it up, you know, because of my birthdays, and people were asking me, when is it, da 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 da, and I always get a little uncomfortable, you know, about my age and my birthday. And I'm always one to celebrate everybody else's special day, you know, but when it comes to me, I try to, like, hide it a little bit, especially, you know, later on in life. When I was younger, not so much, but, you know, definitely recently it's been an issue. And I think that I had said to y'all that on my birthday, I'm going to reveal my true and accurate age. And, you know, the reason why I had decided to do that was because I had to look inside myself and find out why, you know, why I felt this way about my age and things. And I kind of made a commitment to change some things in my life. And those things are basically the quality of my life. And this all comes from the comments that I got on that original video, which were so supportive and so nice. And it made me take a look inside, you know. And then we did the Golden Girls special. And there were comments on there too that were so wonderful. And one comment stuck out to me that really made me think. And it was from a dear friend of mine that I've known for forever, since high school. We had lost contact for a while, but then we reconnected over social media, and then he found our YouTube channel and stuff. And he always was a very supportive person, and that hasn't changed now. He's still extremely supportive. All his comments are very supportive. And the one thing that stuck out to me from his comment and a few other comments were, there's the old Marc I knew. It's so nice to see the spark again. It's so nice to see excitement. It's so nice to see that outgoing, you know, like kind of happy Marc. And I was like, it kind of shocked me for a second. And then I'm thinking, yeah, you know, my life is very different these days in recent years. And I always was a person who was very outgoing, you know, definitely an extrovert. I had loads of people around me all the time. I was always involved in so many different things, and run, and outgoing. But it hasn't been that way in quite some time. And I'm not exactly sure when this happened. I don't know. But I realized that, you know, I do want a better quality of life for myself and for Steven too. You know, in the light of, you know, some medical issues, we had some financial issues, you know, some things like that. I don't know if I got sucked into just kind of just rolling with everything and, you know, not trying to improve my life. I'm not sure what happened, but I had to take a look inside and find out why these things were, and I made a commitment to do that. And I'm going on kind of a little, I don't know, self-exploration journey, I guess, to try to improve the quality of our lives. And in order to do that, you know, I had to go back many years and find out. And I think that the root of everything, and this all kind of springs when we were talking about age shame, you know, and my struggles with it, my personal struggles with it. And it all boils down to self-esteem and self-worth and self-confidence, and that's all rooted in fear too, you know. So I did discuss it with my therapist last week, and I've discussed it with people around me, and I've reached out to people on Facebook and YouTube and my social media friends, and I've been doing some research on it on my own, you know, with like through Google and things like that. And I'm trying to tackle these things, you know. And if you've been following us for a while, when I shared my story, I do have, I grew up in a very abusive household. And I think that when you're that young and the only thing you know really is abuse of some form or another, you know, the physical, emotional, verbal, sexual, you know, those type of things stick with you through your life. And I always thought, when I was older, I always thought when I heard of people who maybe dealt with, I don't know, with sexual abuse or physical abuse or any type of abuse when they were little, and they're older, they're an adult now, and they still talk about that. They're still hung up on it. They still have problems with that. I used to always think, look, that was so long ago. Just move on. Forget about it. Just move on. And that's what I did. But I have learned that it's still there. Those feelings are still there. When I look back at myself at that age, like I take a step outside and I look at that little boy, say, I don't know, 7 years old, 8 years old. And, I kind of want to like grab him up and like show him love, because it's a little boy that is just looking for love and belonging, and that's all that he wanted. And he did not get that. And then, at the age of 13, I distinctly remember making a point to move on with my life. I put it behind me. I left. I did it, But, I just buried it. I just put it on the back burner. And then all these years later, it's starting to, drum back up and everything, So anyway, I think that I'm rambling on about this. I hope I'm not rambling too much. But the point of it was that, these comments really stuck out to me. And I was surprised when they said, it's nice to see you excited. It's nice to see that old Marc again. And I want that too. I definitely want that too. I shared with you some feelings about Steven and our situation that we're in now, that I felt very bad that the different, physical problems I have kind of held me back a little bit from bringing in the money that I used to bring in, that I sometimes might need assistance, like, like if I have to call off work, or if I need help getting around the house or something like that, feeling like I'm a burden to the person that I love. I expressed all those things, and the only way to get around that was to expose it and talk about it, and I did. And I feel better about that now, So I'm doing the same thing with the age shaming. I'm doing the same thing with self-confidence and self-worth and self-esteem. Now, admittedly, these are huge subjects to kind of uncover and deal with. But I have been doing it. And I know that I am going to be practicing what I'm preaching as far as the positivity thing. We kind of revamped our channel a few months back, and we wanted it to be injected with positivity. We want to kind of say, just positive vibes only. Have a positive life. Have a positive day. Positive. Kind of see the positive side of any given situation. And I've really, really been trying to do that. I've been trying to practice what I preach. And I have seen results. I have. The last couple weeks, my physical self, I feel better, is what I'm trying to say. That might have just happened, I don't know, but I do know that when I do the right thing and when I'm positive things happen. And so I've been trying to do that. It was no fluke that I got those comments that made me think, because I'm on a journey that can only lead somewhere good right now. And my hope is that by sharing these things, that some of you might be able to relate. Some of you might be able to make small changes in your own life, to improve your life as well. We're all put on this earth to enjoy it and to love and to have a positive life, and it just seems like it's so much easier, or kind of like a default setting almost, to just go back to like negativity. So I'm really, really, really trying to change that, I've been, and just a very quick example before I end here, we had some car problems, and I was starting to get stressed, like, oh, how are we going to pay for it? We're in a little bit better of a financial situation than we were 6 months ago when I was very sick and wasn't working at all. But we're still not at the point where, like, we have, 10 grand in savings, or have a little stash away in case an emergency comes up, but we're in a better position than we were. So I was like, you know what is the positive side of this? You know, I could have wrecked the car could have died while I was out in the middle of nowhere, it could have been we could have blown the whole engine up, you know, it could have been much worse. There are things that could have been much, much worse, you know. And so I just tried to stay positive. I reached out for help. We were able to use Steven's parents' car, you know, to get around, to get back and forth for work until we got get our car fixed and this and that. And then I won on one of my contests. I won a $150 gift card on one of my little instant win games that I play, which, by the way, if I share them on our Facebook page, you ought to play them, because I won't share anything that I didn't like or hadn't won on or that wasn't legitimate, you know. So, like, now people could say that's just a coincidence, but I don't think so. I think that I needed it and I got it, you know, and that kind of took that little bit of burden, that little bit of weight, that little bit of worry off of me, because more than the $150 that I won was the hope shot that it gave me, and the feeling that, you know what, all will be okay, you know. So my hope is that everybody stays positive in whatever way you can, and I'll continue to share my journey with you with the hopes that it will help. And I don't know, I guess that's it. I think, yeah, because I could ramble on forever, right? And I've been talking for quite some time now. So anyway, thank you so much for letting me share all of that. So what I think I'm going to do is take you outside right now and show you the garden just for a second. And yeah, we'll wrap it up outside. How about that, okay? Anyway, thank you everybody for watching. I will see you outside. All right, bye. Okay, so we are outside, and I'm going to update you a little bit about the garden. Let's see if I can hold this a little different. My little holder broke off the back of it. Let's see. There, that's better. Okay, so let's see. Starting first, we have our sunflowers. They look really, really nice there. And I was so happy about that because if you remember when we had that really, really bad downpour, they all had fallen over, but I fixed them and they grew and they all bloomed. That's so cool. Okay, and moving right along, our pumpkins are still doing really good here. As you can see, there are 9 of them, and they're just about orange and ready to pick. Over in the rock garden, our carpet of snow looks good, and I can't remember what these are called. They're so pretty. Growing up, we called them firecracker flowers, but I know that's not what they're called. I gotta look them up. And that's our morning glories, moonflowers, and then, oh, I had to show you this. Look, gladiolus. My one and only glad bloomed. Oh, look who's here. Say hello. If you didn't know, that's Oscar. And okay, down here, all of our seedlings came up. Our string beans, and over here we have peas, and back there are more beans, and there's Oscar again. And over here in the back, more string beans. Oh boy. Okay, and those are the cucumbers. They did come up, but I see that they have the powder on them. Cucumbers and like zucchini, pumpkins, they can get a condition, it's called powder, I can't remember what it's called, but it's like a powder mildewy thing that they get on their leaves. So I'm going to make a mixture of baking soda and water and spray it on them, and that'll take care of that. It doesn't hurt the fruit, but it just doesn't look nice, so, you know. And oh, look, the tomatillas. I think they look like little paper lanterns. I think they are just so cool looking. I've never grown those before. Aren't they cool? Okay, and real quick, moving along over here, we're gonna walk this way, and all of our cabbage has all sprouted, and I did a whole length of that there. There's a cucumber. There's another cucumber. We still have probably 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 cucumbers still to pick. So, anyway, so those seedlings all came up, and they're all early varieties. So, within about 45 days, we'll have cabbage to pick. And of course, string beans are really fast, and peas too. They're all very fast, and the cucumbers too. I got an early variety, so that will we'll have some fall vegetables in a month or so. And the last thing I wanted to show you is, I'm very excited about this. I don't know if I can get you in there. Right here. That is a moonflower. Isn't it amazing? I cannot wait. I'm thinking probably tonight. It might open tonight. Moonflowers, they open at night and close in the morning, and that's it. But the fragrant is, like, they smell so good. I don't know if you've ever grown them before, but they can be a little hard to grow. But this one did really, really good, and I can't wait. There looks like there's, I don't know, 4 or 5 blooms. So anyway, we'll see. Oh yeah, and Steven's ampersands, they're still doing really, really good. His snapdragons there. Anyway, all right, I guess I've talked long. Me and Oscar have taken up a lot of your time, so I'm gonna go back inside. And as always, thank you so much for watching. It was really great spending time with you. And please like, please subscribe, please comment, and check us out on Facebook at SmokeySteveAndMarc. Check us out on Instagram at SmokeySteveAndMarc. And have a great evening, and I will see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye.